This legislative session included more than 20 bills that can be considered anti-transgender legislation. Yesterday, we heard from the director and senior counsel of the Human Rights Campaign, a local physician, and a representative about the ramifications many of these bills could have on transgender individuals. New this morning, I share more about the medical side of the issue and the legislature's involvement.
Certainly, this is something that our culture is starting to understand more acutely these days than we ever have before. And that's a good thing. That means that we are showing compassion, that we are listening, and that we are paying attention.
But as I reported, numerous anti-transgender bills have been introduced at the legislature, threatening to reverse some of the momentum and progress that has been made when it comes to transgender individuals' rights in North Dakota. Whether it's denying treatment or refusing to use an individual's preferred pronoun. Director of the Human Rights Campaign, Catherine Oakley, says the ramifications of these bills are concerning.
They're ignoring the fact that there are real, very significant harms, mental health, physical health harms that happen to young folks who are not able to receive the care that they need, including for some young folks, this is life-saving care.
Dr. Rachel Peterson says research shows that starting gender-affirming care in the teenage years is validating and beneficial, lowering the rate of suicide and mental health issues.
Because they are becoming who they are meant to be rather than experiencing things in their body that are very distressing. If you have someone who their whole life has felt that they are female and they start having male experience of puberty or vice versa, that's very distressing to them and really compounds their dysphoria.
And the process is no small undertaking.
It's not like you come in, you say you want treatment, you start treatment that day. Most of the time we have conversations. We usually use a team approach where most people have a psychologist, a psychiatrist, they have a primary care physician, so that we can all work together to make sure they get the right medications, treatment, support, etc. for them.
Some have concerns about transgender individuals regretting their decision to use puberty-blocking or gender-affirming medications, such as testosterone or estrogen. But according to Dr. Peterson, research shows the risk of regret is less than 1%, and the changes brought on by these medications are not permanent.
And the thing about puberty blockers is once you stop them, everything is reversible. So they kind of start back where they left off in terms of puberty.
And whether a person chooses to use these medications or not, Representative Josh Boucher says legislators should not have power over any individual's medical decisions.
I think it's an extreme overreach into the patient-provider privacy. You know, when we as the legislature going into that doctor's office and telling them what they can and can't do is a gross overreach. And I don't think any North Dakotan would want the legislature to tell them what kind of treatment they can get if they're dealing with cancer, diabetes, any other form of health care.
And like any other bill, Dr. Anderson emphasizes the importance of legislators listening to the people.
Really, with these bills, I think it's so important for legislators to talk to parents and children who are transgender and see their point of view, because really that's the most important people that should be talked to with bills like this.
And when it comes to legislative overreach, Representative Boucher is also concerned about the healthcare provider shortage that we are experiencing throughout North Dakota, and that's specifically psychiatrists. He's concerned fewer doctors will want to practice in North Dakota if their practice is going to be restricted by the legislature.